Okay, so let's take a look at these chords. So as an intro to this piece, which is in C minor, I've used a kind of thing that I took from one of the James Bond films. It's in Diamonds Are Forever, one of John Barry's cues. It's basically in one of the scenes when he walks into Tiffany Case's apartment, there's a lounge piano kind of variation on the Diamonds Are Forever theme. And this is it, C minor. And the interesting part is this chord, which in the left hand, it just outlines a G dominant 7, but in the right hand, and this pattern in the right hand doesn't really come from one single scale. It starts out kind of implying G altered scale, but the last two notes sound more like G whole tone, so it's kind of between G altered and G whole tone. Either way, sounds great. Now the piece starts and we have a C minor 7 sustained for about 4 bars. So I use this kind of quartal thing in the left hand I have going. Just playing C in the bass, and then these stack of fourth kind of chords. So C, F, B flat, D, G, C. It's an upper structure voicing for B flat dominant 7. I've got a flat 9, got a sharp 11 and a 13, simply by playing an E minor triad in second inversion in the right hand. This resolves to E flat minor. Got this Herbie Hancock voicing I use all the time. Doing this kind of bossa nova kind of texture. Coming up to the 9. Another upper structure, D flat dominant 7 with 2 notes of a E flat major triad in the right hand. Gives me the 9th and the sharp 11. Then the B section we have a cycle of fifths. Now in the left hand I'm doing my own variation of stride piano. So you probably heard this kind of style of playing, where you play the bass note, then you play a rootless voicing. But my variation's kind of a lazy variation, because I don't want to be putting all this energy in all the time and potentially playing wrong notes. So what I do is I play the bass note and then the chord for that bass note. Then instead of going down to the bass note for the next chord, while I'm up here, I'll just play the next chord and then I'll play the bass note. So you kind of have bass note, chord, chord, bass note, chord, chord, bass note, chord, chord, bass note. So that's quite a nice texture for a bit of variation. This is a B major chord that I've voiced in fourths. Check out my video on fourth voicings. Basically, from the major 7th of B major, I've just gone up in perfect fourths until I've hit the melody note. This then becomes B minor. Fourth voicing for A major. And I'm just using the same exact voicings, just transposed down, because it's a cycle of fifths going down a tone each time. A major then becomes A minor. And we have a G major 7 chord voiced in fourths. Then I have some left hand voicings. So here I have an F altered chord, and I've gone right down to the bass register to get a bit of new texture into my playing, bit of variety rather than playing everything in the mid-range. And the chord ends on this E flat minor chord with a major 7, kind of like the James Bond chord. And the way I've voiced this chord to end with is fifths in the left. So I've arpeggiated it as a nice kind of ripple effect for the ending. I just run up the scale, which is E flat minor with major 6 and 7. Then I play the melody as a kind of echo, if you remember the melody. So here I've got... Thanks a lot for watching. If you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate if you just give me a thumbs up. And please let me know any topics you want me to cover in future tutorials by leaving a comment below the video. Thanks a lot guys, see you soon.